Hello everyone, Dan Hurd with Dan Hurd Prospecting here. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, welcome. I hope to earn your subscription today. I am here sitting on the side of the Sluicing River right now on a brand new claim of mine. Checking it out for the first time. Checking out the access, checking out the gold, checking everything out. Seeing what it's like. Unfortunately, spring runoff is starting and the water's coming up pretty quick. But there's still lots of gravel for me to check. There's some pretty nice gold on the Sluicing. Let's hope it's here. Wish me luck. Now the Sluicing River has insane amounts of black sand, and you can actually see the black sand washing out in a lot of areas around here. Typically what you're looking for on these gravel bars in the Sluicing is areas sort of up at that level there that have washed away and are exposing a rusty sand. The rusty sand, the rust is the black sand slowly oxidizing over a long time, and this black sand accumulates at the same spot as the gold. So that's what you typically look for. Now I have walked from that point way over there all the way down here, and I haven't seen any rusty sands. So I think it's gonna be time for me to dig into the banks and see what I find. I'm gonna start right there, just for a lack of a better place to start. Well, here goes the first pan. Wish me luck. Whew, it is cold water. The snow caps are melting fast right now. It is pretty cold water in here. I do have gloves if I need it. Now I went down about 8 inches and I never did see anything rusty. But I did have some pretty nice looking stuff. So let's see. Look at that. Hardly panned at all and just black all the way through. There's so much black sand here on the Sluicing. Checking out a claim for the first time like this is kind of interesting because, you know, if I find lots of gold this first pan, I'm good. Not that it'd stop, but I would know that, hey, if I dug in one spot without even really looking hard and found gold, things are all good. Now, the last claim I was panning, it took me about 6 pans before I found the red sand on the Sluicing here, and then found the gold. It took me a while, but it was there. Okay, well, let's have a look. Okay, there is gold here. I have a dozen, 10, maybe 10 tiny specks. Let's see if I can get a picture of that. So down low, I found good gold in my first pan. Let's try to find somewhere up high now and see what I find. Nice looking spot, nice looking pan. I see gold! And there we are. This is why I love the smoke meat. Up high, so not even down at the river's edge, there is 150, 200 pieces of gold in there. All fine, but it is frickin' loaded. I'll take the camera up there and show you where that was. Oh, I better get a close-up picture of that first. So that last pan came from right there and a little bit of right here, and absolutely loaded. Now, as I look around up here, I see some things that intrigue me. I see pure sand. You don't find gold in pure sand too often, but look at the amount of black sand that has been left on the surface, probably from wind blowing away the lighter material, leaving the black on the surface because it's too heavy to blow away. That is a possible way of concentrating gold. If the sand had gold in it, the lighter sand blew away, it can leave the gold up near the surface. So I'm going to take one pan, probably a small one, of sand and see if it's got anything in it. Just scraping the surface, because the concentrating action of wind won't actually let the gold settle down through the sand. If there was gold in the sand, it would be fine stuff and it would be up right with the black sands here. Although as I go down, I still see sand, black sand going down pretty far. So that might be water that concentrated the black sand here and not wind. Start with one from the surface and then I'm going to dig down deep. If there's gold in this, I will lose some doing this just because there's so much black sand. I won't be able to pan it properly. But I don't care if I lose some right now because I just want to see if there's gold in that sand. If I lose half the gold, I will still see half of what was there, and that will tell me something. If I get to the bottom and find no gold there, I doubt I lost 100% of it, so that'll tell me that the sand wasn't holding gold. I'm here for information, not recovery at the moment. My rule of thumb for when I'm down far enough to check on the super sluice is when I see this ridge of this rifle going all the way through. When I can see the whole thing going through, I'm down enough that I can swirl it back and see what's there. Anything more than that, it's just too much volume. See how I can see all the way through? I can see this green going right through. That's at the point where I can now get an idea of what's in here. Okay, first piece of gold. Suck that up right now. Okay, I see two more small pieces. They're really, really small. So the verdict is the sand is not holding the gold. Let's go try those gravels. The gravels below the sands didn't look all that great actually. It was mostly just sand with the odd bigger rock. So not really holding my breath here. Easier to pan when there's small rocks in there. It agitates the material better. Gold falls through the black sands easier if there's rocks rolling around in those black sands. That's why I don't like classifying my material down to 1/8 or 1/16 or anything. You just don't have those rocks to help agitate the material. Okay, let's see what we got. And the rocks are easy to deal with afterwards, you know. There they are. Pop them out. Okay. It's going to be very hard for this camera to see it, but there are 100 tiny specks. So that sand probably lost all of its gold down to that harder packed material below, and it was all sitting on that or in that, and now we have a whole lot of tiny gold. I mean a lot of it, like a whole huge amount of it. So we tried down low, got 12 flecks, tried up high, got hundreds in every pan. Now I'm at the middle of the bar. Not at the top, not at the bottom, but in the middle, behind a big rock. Let's see if we get similar results. Now I've been working just at this one spot where I first came down to the river. Came down just upriver, walked down to the top edge of the claim, and just found the first spot I could pan. The claim goes for a long ways downriver, and all the other side, the highway side too. Lots of places to play here. This is just the first spot that I sat down, and woohoo, nice gold. Now hopefully I can find out who the landowner is just up here, because he has a road all the way down to the river rather than hiking down the hill. All I have to do is find out who he is, send off the proper notification. There's rules about that here in BC. Send off the proper notification and I can drive right here. That way I can bring the high banker down or the gold cube or whatever it is I want to use. The multi-sluice. A lot of rock. Because this would add up very fast if I start actually just running this stuff. Yep, absolutely huge amounts yet again. I will make sure I get you some really good pictures of what I'm seeing here. Because I know my new camera takes beautiful videos, but it doesn't do well at good close-ups. So we had adequate gold there. We had a tiny bit of gold in sand right up there. Oh, over there, I think. We had two spots up there in the gravels up high that were 100 to 150 pieces. We had one down over here in the middle of the bank, about 100, 150 pieces. I have a feeling anything up at that height, well, that height to that height is going to be the same. So the trick here would be to bring a machine that can run sand, heavy black sand material, set it up in one of these spots and just start digging into it. It would not take long to get a gram, I don't think, of really fine gold. And yeah, my claim goes all the way down there. It's all the way over there as well. Although that's the highway right there, so you're kind of right below the highway. Yeah, probably still good gold there. It's just to be parking on the side of the highway. I don't go as far as the big rock down there. That's on the next claim over. And I'm pretty much the top edge of my claim right now, right here. Look at the black sand. That is insane. But you know, that's where the gold is hiding, is in that black sand. Might not be in the sand like this, but that black sand, that's concentrating on these bars, and that's the exact same spot that the gold would concentrate. Look at that. It's just pure black. Absolute pure black sand right there. Right beside that piece of aluminum, just a beach full of black. Nothing but black. Well, this is definitely one of the best lower Similkameen claims I have seen. On the upper Similkameen, you get some pretty nice big gold. Lower Similkameen, it's mostly just fine gold, but you do find the odd picker down here. Oh, look at that rock. How cool is that? Now I am starting to sell my concentrates I get when I'm doing these outings on my website under my auctions. If you want to check it out, go to www.danhurdprospecting.com. I also have all my pay dirts and merchandise and everything else there. So I really hope you enjoyed this trip. Thanks for coming along with me. Until the next one, everyone. Bye.